Have you been dreaming of the perfect bike packing trip?
But you'd have to get on an airplane with your bike to get there and don't know how to pack up your bike for the airlines?
Today, we're here to help you answer that very question. How do I fly with my bike? Hi, I'm Eric Roosevelt.
And I'm Christina Hadley-Dyke Roosevelt.
And together we are Roosevelt's Ride! Well, today we're here to help you learn how to pack your bike to be able to check it as check baggage on a plane. We'll be packing up the good old Mercer.
Yep. And we're going to be flying it to Spokane, Washington, so we can bike the Coeur d'Alene and Hiawatha.
Oh, I can't wait for that trip.
Super excited. Let's dive in.
One of the first things I think we'd like to mention is make sure that you only disassemble your bike with the tools you intend to take with you on the trip. Now, I'm going to go ahead and start by removing the front wheel. Now on this bike, to remove the front wheel, all you have to do is flip this portion up, and then you'll go ahead and loosen right here. And make sure you loosen it wide enough so that the tire slips right out. And while I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and deflate my tire. It makes it easier to get it through the brake, and when you put it on the plane, you have to make sure it's deflated anyway. The next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and remove the seat post. When I remove everything, I go ahead and kind of snug it back up just a little bit so that none of the fasteners remove themselves in flight. Now the next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and remove the handlebars. You remove your handlebars by removing these 4 screws. Now just like with the seat post, I'm going to go ahead and put the screws back into the handlebar clamp, just so that way we don't lose anything. Woo! Tightening up screws! And I am snugging them down just a little bit, but not quite to torque. The next step is to remove the stem cap. And if you're asking yourself, I thought you were going to be bringing the tools that you were going to use on the trip. Well, guess what? Yes, I'm bringing this driver. Also, the reason we're removing the stem cap is because it's easier to fit in the box if you turn the stem upside down. The next step is to go ahead and turn your forks 180 degrees. So that way, it makes it a couple inches shorter, the overall frame size, and that you can fit it in the box a lot easier. Now, I have taken the stem off, but I'm going to go ahead and put it upside down, and then slide it. Now this stem is a riser stem, so I can't put it completely upside down and then in line with the frame. So I'm going to put it just slightly offset. And then when I do that, I'm just going to snug up the screws, so that way it doesn't move around. That's all it needs. And then we'll go ahead and put the stem cap back on. Now if you're wondering, is it when that shifts, is it going to clink into my frame? It actually won't, because I'm going to be putting foam on the top tube. So this next step we probably could have done first, but we're going to do it now. It's going ahead and removing the pedals. The reason why we're doing that is because the overall width of the pedals makes it too wide to really fit in the box comfortably, because you got to remember you also have to fit your front tire in there nice and snug. So we're going to go ahead and remove it.
Next comes the fun part. Sword fights! Woo! Actually, pool noodles. We're using these because we're going to be shipping there and back in the same box, hopefully. So we can use the pool noodles for both transportation trips.
That's actually a really important distinction. So pool noodles are a great solution if you're going to be going, arriving and departing from the same location. But if you're going to go back to your house or your hometown from the place you stop, you're going to need a different box, which means different packing material.
Yep.
Now, Saran wrap is a great way to secure your handlebars when you wrap them and put them underneath your frame. Now, you may be asking yourself, what am I going to do with my handlebars? Well, as you can see, Christina's wrapping them with Saran wrap, and they're hooked up under the top tube. Saran wrap is a great way to go ahead and secure your handlebars, and it makes it quick to take off when you get to your destination. Well, I guess we're ready to start putting the bike in the box. Now, the one thing you must think of before you throw it in there is, what are my forks going to rest on? So, they do make skewers or axles to go through to protect the bottom of your forks. We don't have those. So the best thing we can do is cut foam to the exact width of the inside of the box and rest the forks directly on the foam. We did that when we rode the Allegheny Passage and had no fork damage whatsoever.
Let's go.
Let's go. Wait, did you say bike shops? That's actually a good point. You may be asking yourself, how do we get the box? Well, we went ahead and called a local bike shop, and they were happy enough to give us 2 boxes. Yep. Now, when you, like we were saying earlier, when you leave and return to the same location, and you're not going to be leaving for somewhere else, you can use the same box, and that's usually fine. But it's always a great tip to go ahead and call ahead if you're going to be departing from a different city that you arrived in after the ride. Ready?
Yep.
Here we go. Okay. So after we got the bike in the box, I realized that I forgot to deflate the back tire. So make sure before you pack up the box and everything, like tape it shut, that you have both tires deflated. That's important when you're going on planes. I made that sound. So another piece you got to consider is, how do I protect my rear derailleur? So we usually put a piece of foam in between the derailleur and the box, the outside of the box. So I just go ahead and stuff it down in there. I usually just go ahead and stuff it down in there, and it's fully protecting the derailleur. Another thing you need to consider before you put the front tire in is go ahead and make sure that there's some foam, or you can put a piece of cardboard and tape it there. We don't always do it in this configuration, that's just what we had at the time. But it is good to protect your skewers or axles from any abrasions, so it'll also help protect your frame.
And the box.
Oh, and don't, yeah, not to mention the box. Now, when doing your pedals, we do like to kind of wrap them in foam just so they don't move around too much. And then you just take Saran wrap and just wrap them. Because that way, even if they shift in flight, it doesn't really matter, because they're not going to scratch anything. You know, I really love these pool noodles because you can just fit your seat tube right inside one. Want to Saran wrap it close? Now, with these pool noodles, you don't have to Saran wrap everything, but sometimes it makes it easier. We'll go ahead and nest that in right here. There we go. Pretty sure, what do you think? I think that's
Let's weigh it and see how many bags we can put in.
Let's weigh it.
36.8.
Looks like we can stuff some bags in there, baby.
Good. Ready to go again?
With all the bags in it, let's weigh it one more time. 43.8. Well, now it's time to go ahead and tape up the box.
And that's how easy it is to get your bike into a box to fly.
Now go ahead and put your box into your car, go to the airport, check it, and get onto the trail, wherever dreams may lead you.
Yep. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this and are interested in learning some more fun bike touring tips and tricks.
Well, I'm Eric Roosevelt.
I'm Christina.
And together we are
Roosevelt's Ride. We'll see you on the trail.
See you on the trail. Take care.